Hello everybody, this is David Blair, the Crosshairs Trader. Glad to have you with me this evening. This is Monday, December the 6th, 2010. I'm going to quickly go over general market considerations, and then we're going to go over a few recent stocks that I've suggested over the last couple of weeks, and then add just a couple of more. If you're interested in more details and learn more about technical analysis within the Crosshairs and the methodology that I teach, please contact me at david@thecrosshairstrader.com. Email me. Love to talk to you. Love to have you join us, Crosshairs Traders, in our private sessions that we have at least twice a week, wherein we discuss plays, trading strategy, and look at risk-reward scenarios for where the current market is. All right, let's take a look at the major indices and the futures, and then we can get an idea of where our trades may be heading and any new trades that we may be considering. Very simple charting parameters that I use: a weekly chart and a daily chart. Over here, I always have my moving averages up. This is my radar screen. Several of the directional indicators that I use, along with signal indicators. Let's take a look at the S&P futures on our daily chart. Not surprising here what's going on. Had a nice trend. Of course, that's the past. Come back, consolidate. That's the past. What's going on right now is we're right back up to this resistance area after busting through some resistance here, coming back, holding steady, and now we're back up to these highs again. And we're going to have to see what the market's going to do with this. I did have an intraday signal fire last Friday, but not getting excited about it because this is more of a correction than it is a nice pullback. So with the correction, I foresee a little bit more consolidation before we possibly go up. So not surprising what's going on in the market right now. NASDAQ futures, same thing. Right back up to that resistance. Unlike the S&P, the NASDAQ's broken considerably higher from the spring high, but we're still in a correction pullback. With that, a move back up toward a resistance level, and with that resistance, we're looking for, again, consolidation, bouncing around here for a possible next move higher. If that doesn't happen, then we'll look back down toward the bottom of the range. Same here as in the S&P futures. Take a look at the Dow. Again, no surprise, trying to get back up to that high, but going to have some work to do. CH71 is my indicator, consolidation indicator, that tells me that we are in consolidation until told otherwise. And that's what's going on with the Dow. The OEX, as I've mentioned here several times, is the S&P 100. And we hit a moving average from the weekly resistance and price resistance at the same time, came back to a correction, and still in that correction consolidation mode. So what we're looking at is we're looking to see if the market can hold here, maybe consolidate some more, and then continue to head higher. If that's the case, then we have several trades to look at, several stocks to be watching. I'm only going to mention two new ones here. The rest of them are only for us Crosshairs traders. And this will give you a good indication of what's going on with most of the stocks that we're looking at. Here's Deere. Deere's had a wonderful run. We've had several signals on Deere since the breakout back in July, August. an itch, an itch, an itch. Now we're getting another one. The problem is we came back to a correction here, and with the correction down to our major moving average and a breakout filling the gap here, we still have some resistance to overcome, just like the general market. Like to see deer break out here and give us an indication of its continued to move higher instead of staying in a consolidation mode. On the weekly still looks good. Gave us a signal back a few weeks ago, what's called a DCH, which simply means we need to be looking for an opportunity on the daily chart going forward. This is our longer term signal also that lets us know that we should only be looking for bullish opportunities. One other one is TMK, and then we'll do a quick review of some recent trades. TMK is just now setting up a bullish indication on our weekly chart, directional indication, which can last weeks to months. However, we do have some resistance at the 62.50 level. Let's change this to red, that we need to watch. It goes back to October of 08. So when we look at our daily chart, we need to be mindful of the resistance from the weekly chart. But it looks good here, and you can see the pattern that has been setting up. We broke out of our consolidation, found support, and then we started getting our indicators firing. That gives us a good idea of a good trending stock. But resistance a couple of dollars overhead, so that's one to watch. The recent trades that we've discussed, quickly go through those. RSX continues to rise. This is the Russian ETF, and you can see that it's breaking above some possible recent resistance now. That was our only concern. EWC doing the same thing, breaking out of some recent resistance. EWT, all of these foreign ETFs, you can see what's going on. Look, taking off. Every single one of these foreign ETFs itches and crosshairs over and over and over again as we continue to move higher, and this one has broken out. Continues to move. EWW. Again, this is what I call a trending breakout, as it has trended. Had a nice orderly pullback, crosshair breaking out again, and is continuing to rise. IJR, same thing. Had a nice trending stock, and then it has broken out of some recent resistance after some consolidation. And MDY, mid cap, we talked about this one as well. This is a nice, what I call, pullback consolidation. It breaks higher, pulls back, tests our trend line, and then breaks higher again. And as it broke higher, it came back and tested this and continued to run. And then our individual stocks, ADP, you can see it has broken out. Did nothing today, but has broken out. APKT, one that I've been mentioning for quite some time now, had a crosshair and an itch and has taken off, and it's been doing that for quite some time with all of my signals here. BRCM, Broadcom, nice itch here. Continues to rise with the breakout. Itch and a crosshair actually. CBE continues to rise after our breakout. Amazon is working very well, and what I mean by that is we had a breakout. It's had a nice orderly pullback, and it is holding above this support area. As long as it holds above that support area and you're in this trade, wouldn't be a bad idea to possibly add to it if it continues to rise. Nike continues to move higher. GTI has been a nice one. Continues to move higher after its breakout, pull back for the second itch right here. Itch, itch, itch after a breakout. Look for it to come back and maybe give us another itch. And finally, FedEx. FedEx is doing exactly what I'd like to see it do. Had a nice breakout of consolidation. Had my consolidation indicator here, 2 of them. One signal indicator, give us a quick itch. But we've got some resistance that goes back to April of this year, so we were getting very close to that resistance, and this is exactly what I'd like to see, a consolidation. If FedEx can consolidate and give us another trade, this could be an awesome trade toward the end of the year as it continues to work on a trend after breaking out. That would be a wonderful trade. SRCL finally. It's been a nice one. A very nice trade here. And you can see the pattern with SRCL. Consolidates for several months, then takes off. Consolidates for several months, and then takes off. Consolidated back here for several months, and then took off. And each time we got a signal. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time in the Crosshairs.